Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV playthrough video as we continue with my Endwalker journey. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Let's get into a recap. Last time, as the final days approaches, enshrouding the skies above Thavnair and wreaking chaos and destruction on the ground, the Warrior of Light, Matzia, and the twins made our way to Palika's stand, seeking out survivors and ridding any of the ungodly enemies that now roam amidst the trees. Upon investigation of the village, we learn that the largest of the beasts made its way north after leaving the remaining villagers in a state of despair. Their elder, Yeravet, explains that a young couple, Karasaf and Mevan, were last seen making their way northward to Agama Temple with one of the beasts in close pursuit, protecting their baby from the surrounding horrors. He begs that we go and lend our aid to the family, and so we set off into the jungle. Soon after, we find a severely injured Karasaf motionless on the ground, the remnants of life in him still veering toward despair. We dry his tears and settle his worries so that he does not transform before us, and with his dying breath asks us to find his wife and children. We search farther from the village with still no sign, as Estinian and Vritra keep a close eye out from above. Finally, we arrive in Perusa, a spiritual temple to where many of the villagers have journeyed for refuge, and the people are not in good shape, physically or emotionally. But Matzia steps up in an attempt to lift their spirits, recalling the teachings of their old gods and bringing back just a little bit of hope and solidarity to the villagers. While we found the survivors, we were yet to find Mevan and her child, but with a sighting of someone amongst the trees, we quickly follow into the jungle. As we spot Mevan being cornered by one of the blasphemies, Alfie and Alze try to grab its attention, but the beast is too strong, throwing them flailing backwards and angrily focusing on Mevan as it grabs her by the head, child still held tightly in her arms, and throws them mercilessly into the reservoir nearby. The Warrior of Light dives in without hesitation to find Mevan's lifeless body floating in the water, with the child having sunk to the bottom. After bringing the child to the surface in the hopes of saving them, Alfie does his utmost to care for the baby, but more beasts approach, and Matzia must take the child to safety while we fend them off. And so he frantically makes his way through the jungle, beasts in tow, but the baby begins to transform in his arms from the fear and despair. Brave Matzia must attempt to soothe the child's concern, just as he did for the villagers in Perusa. But before he can, however, suddenly blasphemies surround them, and he himself begins to transform out of pure fear and hopelessness. As the beast primes to strike, he hunches over to protect the baby in a final selfless act. But out of nowhere, our friends from the sky arrive just in time, with Estinian diving from Vritra to destroy the beast, the dragon finishing off the others. Matzia hands the child to Vritra, hoping that it can finally be reassured by the dragon's calming presence, as the other Scions gather the parents' bodies and return to the village to recuperate what remains. While there, Nidana shows up with comforting words and chai, and soon after we venture back to Radzat-Han, with the citizens gathered outside Megaduta, where their satrap recently perished. Varshan addresses the people, asking them to remain calm as he would share with them a great revelation. Enter Vritra. Stage up, the dragon explaining the truth of the satrap, detailing the long history of his watch over Thavnair, hoping they will peacefully accept him, and promising to keep the light of the Thavnairian people from being extinguished. But right on cue, we are interrupted by familiar guests as representatives from the Forum, including Fortuno, arrive in the city to speak with its satrap. He explains to the people and Vritra their mission to save everyone by escorting them to the moon, and Vritra invites the members of the Forum inside, asking his people to remain calm until things have been talked over. Nidana then explains more about the energy of Akasha as the Warrior of Light observes the Elpis flower turn to black, mimicking the overwhelming sense of dread the city must be feeling. The Scions then hold an evening meeting discussing the paths forward, most of the clues pointing to Hydaelyn and the Ancients, yet none remain alive for us to question. Though there may be one not quite alive, yet not quite dead either. Graha suggesting that the Warrior of Light returns to the Crystarium in the first, where part of Elidibus's ether remains accessible in the tower. Meanwhile, Y'shtola will consult with Meteion about reaching Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, while the rest perform their Scion duties in the source. And so with that, we're off to revisit old friends and ancient memories in the hopes of saving our star. And that's about where we left it off. Don't forget, if you're new here and you're enjoying my videos, to subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Become a member to help support the channel by hitting the join button just below this video, and head over to our Discord and hang out. All the links and stuff are in the description below. As always, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Let's get into the video. Take this to my spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower's systems in the umbilicus. Ooh, we get access to the tower, holy shit. If even the smallest fragment of Elidibus' essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the ancestor gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I'm living my life to the fullest, that I'm happy, hardships and all. Aww. Well, we had best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long. Alright. Yay. 2, you are returned. Hey. I have been back a couple times to get some Crypt Lurker gear, but I didn't see you. Have you been well, you and the others? No shortage of troubles, but we're well enough. Then things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you? These exact words? Oh. Oh, to know that he is happy, it fills my heart with joy. Thank you too for taking care of him. When you next see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile a request though it is. And tell him that all is well here. Foreshadowing? The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. It's gonna happen, isn't it? The sky's just gonna go. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question though. When do we tell them? Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. I guess she has the echo as well, so she maybe saw some of the same stuff. She and other Crystarium youths just hosted a festival, you see. Oh. It proves so popular that there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well, I shall fetch the key at once and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say? I will be along as soon as I can. Shot? Okay. Here we fucking go. Wait for Lena, sit at the table. Dude, I'll never forget that moment. Alright, here we go. I'm waiting for Lena. Mattia just shows up. Hey. Do my old eyes deceive? Is that truly two? Who's this? It's a Lala. No, it's not. It's Morin and Becklug. Ha, it is. Full glad I am to see you heal and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we're planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's Return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours would be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understand much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you could indulge me just one for now. In your quest to restore the Knight, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle? Good question, honestly. It may come as a surprise, but which extreme was hardest? I don't think Hades was that hard. I feel like it was the Warrior of Light, which I guess is this one. This may come as a surprise, but truly, I never would have guessed. But then if I could, I suppose I wouldn't have had to ask. It is a tremendously eye-opening answer, and we will see that your account of this battle features prominently in the tome. I know you'd love to talk his ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. Those documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves. Of course. And afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Till next time then, do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular, everybody knows he's overzealous. Remind him not to overexert himself. Again and again till his ears fall off if that's what it takes for him to take it to heart. And now we all are gonna die. Here we go. Mattia shows up. Come on, Mattia. Hey! Is that the Warrior of Darkness? Who's this now? Oh god. Ricky Teo. It's him, it's really him. What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Ricky. You'd only give him a stomachache. We've come to see Morin to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. While I know that I want to be a mage, Arkil isn't sure. Bro doesn't know. He doesn't know about the patches. Picto's the new wave, kiddo. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He knows about these things. He isn't here? Aww. Oh, why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? Okay. Do we pick a top parse or bottom parse? What do you think suits Arkil best? Axe, sword, or bow? Warrior's OP. That would be Paladin, right? For fighting and hunting both, the bow. Paladin, I mean, all three of these are pretty good. I think because I'm a bard, we gotta keep it canon. I gotta recommend bard. The bow? If you took up the bow, you could be just like me, or Lurik. Renda Ray, the Warrior of Light. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. It's really popular though. I hope it's still there. I met her, guys. Thanks for helping me decide Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. And when I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. Okay. Well, we're gonna be here all day. It's just gonna be a constant stream of people. I'm just waiting for Mattia. Mattia? Hello. Such fun he's been having basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does he spare a thought for me? Of course not. Who's this? Oh. Okay, now we know. I gotta do the Scottish accent. I waited and waited and waited. But he won't so much as acknowledge the presence of his beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is. Cold and cruel and heartless. We get a simp. Oh, faithful Feoul, loveliest of branches, how I have missed you. If you truly miss me, you wouldn't have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call with twice the passion next time. Though for there to be a next time, you some few struggles to overcome. So my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? Hee hee, how do I know this? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Would that I could aid you in your quest. But the fate of we Fae folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. Wow. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. 'Tis the way. Ah, but here are the ones you're waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion waits tale's end. Green? Yay! Finally. Well, we got a little introduction to the first again. My apologies for the delay. Too, it's so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. I hope this isn't the last time we see Lena. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling, like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Just the apocalypse, nothing big. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had completely severed. That's not good. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze like during the star shower. We saw that as well. Yeah, so she had the same visions. But then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. Who? What are you not telling me? Tell her! Tell her! Why are we not telling her just straight up? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. Well, it all started with a kid that turned into a chicken. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witnessed in Amarot has come again. Can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the First. So don't worry about us, please. Look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in a purpose beneath a blazing sky. I'm still really curious though, like how do we save shit? Do we fix stuff at home and it fixes here? I guess it would, but I have so many questions. You're headed to the umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? Oh yeah, we were, weren't we? Because he's like in the tower. I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena. Decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again. I'm certain of it. Alright. Thank you, Crystarium Gatekeep. I want to see the guy from my apartment. He was always nice. Manager of suites. Wait, what the heck? Oh. Oh no. The memories. The Room of Lies, where they cooked the conspiracy against me.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Here to talk to Elidibus, I guess.
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity.
He's probably asleep. He's old and cranky.
Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
What form is it gonna project? Imagine. Okay. Imagine it was the
My home.
other dude.
My friends. No more than a dream.
Oh.
You. Why have you awakened me?
The music.
I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star.
Yeah, we killed him. Shocking, I know.
The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Hey. I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry we had to kill you.
Why apologize for receiving a favor of the defeated? If it sits ill, consider it payment for freeing Lord Zodiac from servitude.
They really loved
Where to
him.
begin? The end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel.
They didn't figure it out either, right? That's what the Watcher said. The convocation never actually figured it out.
Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes,
Or the flower.
the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place.
Oh?
A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world.
Okay.
Many worked there. And before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief.
Oh shit. He's dead now too. Sorry.
He was Hermes.
Isn't Hermes the messenger? The winged messenger? I just know it from the logo of the delivery company.
That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis.
Really?
No. I did not. But I did.
Maybe it's the other guy.
I did. A lingering trace of impossibility.
It was hard, wasn't it?
And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course.
Everything's so, like, mysterious still and cryptic.
You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
To the time? Are we gonna what?
In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy.
Dude, Sid. Holy shit. Sid Garlon, ladies and gentlemen.
As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned.
What does that mean?
In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you.
Oh. Okay.
Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days.
Oh, they're gonna do the heartstrings, aren't they? That we can't save them? Oh god.
Cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
That's a weird way of putting it, Elidibus, but I kind of do trust you.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act.
His final act? Is gonna use up all his energy?
You
all the
must
ether?
input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic.
I gotta get a PhD before I do this. Never done this before. They bring him back just to kill him off? Oh god.
The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular.
I mean, how long can I stay there? Does time pass in real time? Or do I just have to stay there until the final days and I just sit there as it consumes me and then I just return back?
All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence.
Oh.
Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting. In that promised land. Beyond memory and dream.
Shit. Oh.
Now go.
We killed him
warrior of
twice.
light. Go and do not look back.
How did he become so nice? I mean, I guess he always was, but he was a little psycho for a while.
Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us.
The game?
May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude.
07, boys.
It falls to you now. You and your champion
Oh.
to save our star.
It was kind of like a concession speech in death. Reminded me of Van Daniel a little bit. Okay, what do we got? What does this even look like? Oh god, we're in the chat. Here we go. We zoom in. Memories? Are we gonna have the memories again? No? Huh? We're gonna headbutt the crystal. Ooh. Doesn't look too unusual. I'm a little bit invisible. Oh! The real ancients? Holy shit. They're so tall. Bro, why are we so small? What happened? What evolutionary thing happened there? Did the Sundering cut us in half? Aetheryte-like device. I want to check this out. The device is reminiscent of an aetheryte. Perhaps it is possible to attune with it. I hope I don't blow up. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energy to fail to attune with the device, you can only assume it operates differently. Oh. The man stands dutifully by the aetheryte-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As Elidibus warned, it appears your form is intangible. This is the right place, yes? Propylaeon. Judging by the woman's words, this facility is called Propylaeon. You attempt to gently prod hello, the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing, and it seems neither does she. She kinda cute though. The remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask, much like the phantoms you encountered in Mare Lementorum and the recreated Amarot. It would seem you've made it to your destination. Yeah, am I explaining to him? I'm yapping. You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction. What's new? Sag. I guess we exit. Sturdy door. Oh, is this gonna be like a Zelda reveal? Like, whoo. You suspect this door leads outside, but how to open it? Or do I just have to wait for somebody?
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor? Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
It was the guy from the Zodiac thing.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Oh,
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
is that Emmett?
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
Is this Emmett back in the day? It is. Oh shit. The red mask? Oh. Dang. I'm not sure. Is it a glue up or glue down? What do we think? Hey, but can you see me?
Satisfied?
Man with a familiar voice.
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
But who's this other person? This is so surreal. Hey.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's. Do you suppose he created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
They think I'm a familiar?
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's his spitting image.
Why is he so hesitant about it?
So let's leave it be. Come now.
This is always grumpy.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words.
Okay. Oh.
Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Who do you take me for?
Come on, bro. We're friends.
Dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded?
Is this Hythlodaeus? I feel like it is.
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
What's he gonna do, bro? Oh, he did the click. I don't think Elidibus intended any of this.
You may open your eyes.
I'm real. I'm a real boy. He inserted his ether into me.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your
Am I
whim.
big now?
This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very
Yay!
thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement.
Wait, was that
Without further ado then.
a compliment?
Greetings. I am Hythlodaeus.
It
Of
is!
the Bureau of the Architect.
It's our boy!
Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend?
New old friend.
A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words.
I'm not gonna lie, Hythlodaeus is... he's a pretty handsome looking guy.
So tell us, whence have you come?
He's got those purple
Thinness of
eyes.
Your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then.
Oh yeah, I can't
What
influence.
brings you here?
Oh shit. Are we gonna have some like Marty Back to the Future shit here now? Because I'm real? Can we fuck things up? It's like a man named Hermes. Or I want to learn about Elpis first.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If he truly wished to be here, then he would be.
If we meet ourselves, does the whole world implode?
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend.
I've heard it before, yeah.
And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion.
Yeah, little
We are
did they
here to
know.
speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Aw, he seems nice.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business?
It?
This thing we know next to nothing about?
Motherfucker.
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm gonna cause havoc. Just to spite Emmett. Alright.
Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here.
Really? What does outside look like?
Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge. Elpis.
Oh my god. The world unsundered. Holy shit, dude. It's like the Garden of Eden. That transition? Oh!
This presence.
Oh, it's her. The fuck are those Pokemon looking ass things? This is Hermes.
Hermes! Visitors!
Oh.
We have visitors!
I'm intrigued.
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
This place is beautiful. More ether currents. Hey! I see nothing out of nothing out of the usual. Just a bunch of ancients. Another unsundered soul right there. You little bitch. Good seeing you again, buddy. Come on, give me a hug. He doesn't know it, but we know it. Dang, we've even got the same hair. Well, basically. I mean, we don't look too far from each other, no? I'd say he's hotter, though. He's a hotter version of me. So this is Elpis. What is that? Purple tree, pink tree. The laser etherites. In case you didn't know, it's rude to stare. Stop. I sense a fan fiction coming. This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now then, to begin our guided tour, perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire, be it inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of the Architect. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for an in-depth observation and study. A fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you will enjoy touring it with us. Do I get a robe? Is this where I get the robe? Now then, our friend Hermes. Aside from overseeing the facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub, so let us seek him out there first. Attired as you are, however, you stand out yes, I get the robe. You stand out a little too much. Our dear Emmett Selk wishes to keep a low profile for his errand, so do you know how to make a robe? The basic concept will do. No. In that case, Emmett Selk. No, your whim, your responsibility. You're not getting another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes. You'd think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe. But perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite material. Dude, these two are like in total contrast of one another. No means no. Just be grateful I'm even willing to wait. Ha! Yes, these creatures should suffice. An etheric rope. I want you to use it to capture, shall we say, 2 petalodi. There are 3 species here, I believe. Any 2 different kinds should serve. Now I should mention the strength of the rope is tied. No pun intended to the strength of its user. Ah, your ether is still thin compared to ours. You'll need to weaken the petalodi first. Good luck. Yay, okay. You've caught the petalodi. Come, let us see. Yes, these fine fellows will do nicely. And now for a spot of reversion. There, it's ready. There it is. It's nothing fancy, but then we're trying not to stand out. Try it on for size. You turn living beings into clothing. The robes are people. Won't someone be angry with us for using those creatures? Oh, it's fine. There's no one around to tell us off. And besides, we can always make more petalodi. They need only a tiny amount of ether. It may take some effort to get the form and composition right, but anyone familiar with the concept should be able to manage. Well and good to disguise and educate it, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at the very least, it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. He's already over it. Emmett Selk speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual attire will be plain to those who think to look. Should someone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. No, best to simply say that you're a familiar. The question is, whose? Emmett's. Ah, of course, Azem's. If you say you belong to him, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behavior. Exploiting our associate's absence? For lack of his presence, absolutely. Were he here, he'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. With that, your story is settled. Let us continue with our errand. Ooh-wee. Let's go. Finally, I always wondered when you guys got that in Shadowbringers. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the shoes. You'll only notice when I jump. Yeah, the Fall Guy shoes. As dubious as it is, passing you off as Zem's familiar is probably the best approach. Should he take offense that others so readily believe in his recklessness is to blame, he is welcome to mend his ways. Pass as a child in your original size? I think not. Augmented or no, your ether is still far too thin to be considered normal. If you're ready, let us continue along the path to Anagnorisis. The place serves as an observation hub and residence both. Someone there should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. Okay. You'd think they would know, like, everything, but I guess not. Oh, there's a unicorn! What the fuck? Wow, this place is pretty. So these are all the things they're testing out? Yes, can I help you? We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where we might find him? Well, no. By your mask, I assume you're one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated. I see, I see. My lips are sealed. The chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I expect you will find him at one of the pools here. The pools, you say? Many thanks, and apologies for disrupting your work. Everybody's so nice apart from Emmett. I say, Hythlodaeus. I've never met Hermes, you know him well. Do you not? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his ether? I did kind of ask that. Aye, that I could. As you know, Emmett Selk and I can discern the colour of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly, and from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt that it would be a waste of an opportunity. We're here to perform Emmett's face, man. We're here to perform an assessment, after all. By searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it. This is as much for your own enjoyment, like as not, but point taken. If you're going to accompany us, make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So you know, it's because we're in Elpis that we don't have our cowls up. A special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. This is all common sense, but I would not assume you possess any. Such a little bitch, man. It's a rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance, and I thank you for humoring me. Come, let's find our man. He's like, what shall we do next, my little ones? A spot of sunbathing, perhaps? Oh, aww. Oh my god, it's a Psyduck. He's just like staring at the butterflies. Aww. Sheesh. Hello. Hey. You riddle me. Extraordinary. It's not every day I see such a charming familiar. Thank you. Why, I'd much rather observe a pretty little thing like you than all those brutish creatures everyone insists on making. Oh shit. I hope she features more. She seems very charming. This would make a fine location for the rearing of aquatic creatures. Does she mean what I think she means? What? Hey.
Ah, you are...
Oh,
Are those things real?
different. You're different too.
Hey.
You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be...
She has trouble speaking?
Wait. Please. Wait. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me?
What the fuck?
Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts.
Oh, is that it?
May we please be friends? May we please be friends?
She can just read my thoughts.
Ah,
Okay.
I see you found him.
At any time.
Elidibus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Oh, I know that voice. That's, what's his name, no? The other version of Fandaniel?
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You are of the convocation.
Emmet Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chanced to...
She's so fascinated with me, what the fuck? Hey.
Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteion. It means shooting star.
Okay.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment.
Oh dear.
Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing.
Not weird at all.
But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
So it's a flying life form that's a little girl that can read thoughts. I feel like there's potential for a weapon here of some sort.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
An amystoma is missing.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
You're saying they can climb?
Oh.
With their sorry excuses for limbs?
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish.
Metron?
The ambystomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however... Excuse me.
He didn't code that part yet.
I'll help.
Oops.
Too.
And what are we supposed to do with this lot?
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmet Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
Sure. So did it, while we were talking, it just hopped out? Or just flew away? Hermes, are you alright? Wait, is he up the What the fuck? Why did this happen, bro? I never even noticed him. That's why you always talk to the NPCs. How many people do you reckon missed that? It seems Hermes Meteion have found their quarry, a creature known in this age as an ambystoma. Yet though it has been safely extricated from the tree, Hermes appears to have found himself in quite the predicament. Okay. The ambystoma, Hermes saw it high up the tree. He climbed up to get it, but it jumped on him and he slipped. Classic. Everything's under control. I trust. Doing good, bro? Yes, rest assured this is nothing new to me. I've ended up in far more compromising positions in the course of my work. Now, for your own safety, please stand back. He fell on his head. Ugh. Hermes, are you alright? Not a scratch. Quite alright, yes. My apologies for making you worry, Meteion. Both you and, who you were called. An intriguing name, somehow reminiscent of a new creation. Thank you for coming after me. Reminiscent of a new creation? Oh. As for you, little one, you must be more careful. His little face. You may be able to fly, but it doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself. Oh no, I'd forgotten all about its fellows. Truly, what a relief. I must thank Emitselk and Hythlodaeus when I return to them, but first, with the distractions out of the way. As Chief Overseer of Elpis, permit me to welcome you to our facility. I hope you will enjoy your time here. Yay! I'll have a lot of fun. Well, we mustn't keep the others waiting. Let's return to Anagnorisis. My apologies for the trouble. Owing to your kind assistance, all the ambystomas are safe and well. I will presently send them back to their space. If you would go on ahead to the main building. Upon entering, you will see a table and chairs, a meeting area. We may speak there. Very well. Take care not to let the little creatures slip away again. Perhaps it's only your imagination, but something in the creature's demeanor bespeaks proud defiance for having gone on an adventure. It's the smile.
This appears to be the place. And here is where we part ways.
Shit.
We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins.
Did we tell them? Will that mess it all up?
What? Will I have to remove you by force?
There are reasons I cannot speak freely. I think you'll understand that better.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause worthy, I may even be inclined to offer my assistance.
But he's nosy, of course.
I do not object to his attendance.
Yay!
Hermes,
Saved.
this is highly irregular.
Perhaps, but I believe he can be trusted. Meteion would not have taken to him so quickly otherwise. Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
Things are gonna get heated.
As you wish then. Behave yourself, do you hear?
Well guys, here's how it all happens.
It's finally happened, then.
Aye. Van Daniels declared his intention to step down, and named you as his preferred successor. In recognition of your knowledge and your works, The convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure.
Impartial my ass.
To ascertain your disposition towards the invitation. I understand that you and Fandaniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words.
What?
No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Fandaniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the star?
Of his own volition, yes, like so many others have before him.
Return to the star? Does that mean die?
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Aetheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that
Interesting
end,
that they don't
we
say
have
die
dedicated
either.
ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty. Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Fandaniel's deeds do not warrant his return, yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
He seemed like quite the guy back then.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all.
Unless he already had it, huh? Does she know?
Oh no. I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteion outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
I feel like she knows something. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's so much to like remember and recall. Relationships, timelines of stuff. I'm sorry too. I didn't mean a walk. Perhaps we can go for a walk. Hermes gets sad when he thinks about death. When others are sad, I'm sad too. That's how I am. How he made me. Ooh, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking it's similar to the flower, no? Because that's how it works. It like takes the vibes and changes color. But don't worry, I'm fine now. So, why did you come here? You want to learn about Elpis and Hermes? Ooh, teach you. I can teach you. We could take turns. I tell you something, then you tell me something. Sounds like a bother. Sure, why not? Then it's settled. Where to start? Ah, yes. Let's talk to Memnon. He should be near the Aetheryte. I'm not good at explaining, but Memnon is, so I'll have him explain instead. Can she jump down here? Oh, she can. Nice. Let's go. Ah, the Aetheryte. Anyone can use it to teleport anywhere. Well, maybe not anywhere. Not to the ground or other isles. For that, you need teleporters. Oh, and permission. Oh. And what have we here? Though you look like a person, your ether is quite thin. I assume you're a familiar like Meteion. Is there something you need? This is too. Did you teach him about Elpis? Ah, a newly arrived familiar, is he? Very well, I should be glad to introduce our fair facility to him. As you know, it is mankind's duty to make the star a better place. As part of this duty, we employ creation magics to bring forth new life. However, we cannot simply release our works into the world, for it would lead to chaos. No, any and all life forms must undergo extensive testing to determine their fitness to test, testing which is conducted here in Elpis. Every candidate is subjected to rigorous study, in which we identify their properties, surmise what habitats might be suitable, and speculate as to the effects they may have on the environment and other species. Should it be judged a beneficial addition to the star, it will be allowed to take its place in the world. The two of you, too, were created with the hope of making the star a better place. So heed your masters well and be good, do you hear? We will, Memnon, we will. Thanks for the lesson. You had a turn, now I get a turn. Where did you come from? From a place far, far away. Then I probably don't know it. I don't know much about other places. But this place is important to you. I can feel it. Oh, my power. I haven't told you about it. A creation. Let's find a creation. One not being watched. Then I'll explain my power. Oh, this creation is perfect. It looks mad. But I don't remember seeing it before. Perhaps it's new? Anyway, I'll try reading its mind. That's my power. I think this is Emmett. He's got that look. Well, the suspense is killing me. I can't read it. Or maybe there's nothing to read? Wait, please wait. I'll try again. With you this time. Okay. Greetings, can you hear me? Shit, she's really good at this. This is my power. I can read the emotions of those around me and project my emotions to others in return. It is the flower and the music as well. I'm not actually speaking to you in your mind. Rather, you are converting my emotions into words and intention, a process performed subconsciously by intelligent life forms. This ability is vital to my mission, for it allows me to interact with intelligent beings, even should they communicate via unknown languages or other non-verbal means. As a consequence, I am clumsy at speaking. Yet though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible, for everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. I harbor an affection for you, one that is difficult to define. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with us, your thoughts are complex, prismatic, they draw me in and leave me wanting to know more. Out of respect for your privacy, I will refrain from using my power even when speaking with you. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I wish to be your friend. Oh. Oh. Did you hear me? Good. Now it's my turn again. So, what are you good at? Killing. It's a secret. She's gonna get mad. Ooh, a secret. That's something you want to hide. Just leave it to me. There, I've blocked it out. I can't block everything. No strong feelings. But that wasn't too strong. Wait, the bird turned. The duck. I think we might be bothering it. Hey. Let's keep going. We'll go and see Yuanth next. She's usually in a small building. One on the west row. What is wrong with this fucking duck? Oh dear lord, hello. Well, if it isn't Meteion, I see you've brought a friend today. Greetings, Yuanth. An apple. Could you make me an apple? The kind Hermes likes, covered in syrup. I want to share it with two. Oh, candied apple. Hermes is certainly partial to them, but you know you can't eat Meteion. You weren't made to do so. But I like it too. It may seem that way, but it's due to your ability to share others' feelings. You've taken Hermes' likes for your own. In any case, I can't prepare an apple right now. I'll bring one for Hermes soon, I promise. I'm sorry too. I wanted to show you my favorite thing. Then I could ask about yours, but I failed. Oh. Tell her what I like. What do I like? I don't even know. Baked eggplant? Vegetable soup? Baba ganoush? Oh, that's what you like. Yes, I can feel it. Your joy and happiness. And it makes me happy too. Thanks for sharing it with me too. Well, we've walked and talked a lot. Maybe Hermes has finished talking too. Shall we go and see? Between you and me, Hermes' eating habits are atrocious. We may not be reliant upon food to the extent that our smaller creations are, but our diets eventually catch up with us. If we don't consume the requisite balance of oh, she's a fitness freak. Okay. Balance of nutrients, we grow weak and lethargic. Yet Hermes consumes candied apples as if they were a staple. I like Hermes. He just eats junk food. Fuck yeah, dude. There you are. I can see the fresh air has done Meteion good. Joe wanted to learn about you and Elpis, so I taught him. About this place, about my power, about your favorite food. I'm not sure if that last one will be of any use. But I do appreciate you keeping Meteion company. While you were away, I finished speaking with our guests. Finished? Hardly. You requested time to consider the invitation, so we have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work. My apologies. It has been decided that Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus will accompany me as I tend to my duties. If you wish to learn more, perhaps you would like to come too. I'm compelled to remind you that he is in no way associated with the convocation. We simply chanced to meet at the Propylion. There is no guarantee that the matters we discuss will remain private. I do not mind. To see the joy his presence brings Meteion, I cannot imagine our mysterious friend harbors malicious intent. To his kind, really, truly, he taught me as much as I taught him. Did I? You're coming, of course, to watch Hermes. You're bound to learn lots and lots. It just takes L after L. It is held that all civil organizations should conduct their affairs with total transparency, and the convocation is no exception. But that doesn't mean we are obligated to show our work to unknown entities such as you. Consider yourself privileged and behave accordingly. Though I see new creations on a daily basis, here they look at them with a different eye. It will be interesting to observe Hermes at work. If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. Firstly, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward ambystoma. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. Okay. Yeah, I saw some stuff flying around. Actually never looked up here. What's up here? Oh. Nothing. This here is a new species of Petalota we recently set loose. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? Nope. It is the presence of a soul. Yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Interesting, you're interesting too. Tell me, how did you find the ambystoma? A fascinating creation, much like yourself, little one. Renowned as Hermes is for his flying life forms, it is a rare privilege to be able to see one of his works in progress. We're meant to be observing Hermes, but instead we're stuck with Meteion. While I suppose she herself serves as proof of his prowess as a researcher and creator both. Ah yes, lightning pneuma, just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it is in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. That was like the place on the moon, right? In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now that element is lightning, which draws the pneuma here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteion is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the pneuma? Oh, I can do that. By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball? A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. I'm not gonna die, am I? Lightning converger. Ah. Cool. Are they gonna eat it? Come on. Perfectly done too. Look. How do they eat? Do they just stand in it? See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the pneuma, or an ephemeral life form such as the Petalota, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. Is Meteion an arcane entity? Maybe that's why he didn't register her? Because she actually does have a soul? A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it immediately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. Those with exceptional vision such as Hythlodaeus may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know. No. Oh, you've finished already? I'm sorry, I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They missed nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. Right as day breaks as well. What are the chances? The Morning Dew. Hey, bro.
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects.
Ampelos. Everything begins with A.
So, how are we coming along?
Nice. We can replace the one we lost. Can we just take it? We just steal one real quick? Are we allowed to do that?
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis.
Yeah.
Entelekis. Like me.
Intellecties.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms.
Huh. I must not forget that we did see Heidelin, a little sneak peek of Heidelin when we arrived here.
Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Right, yeah,
Reflect
totally.
the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether,
Lore.
driven by emotions.
Let's go.
In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy.
Right.
While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Do they not have a name for it?
Akasha?
Asha?
It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Bit of hand holding on the story, I guess.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamis, we call it.
Dynamis.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
Intellecties.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
Kind of a funny
You
name.
are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Really?
Wait.
Wait, what?
Form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter.
Why do I feel like the researcher who's talking about that created it was Heidelin?
On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteion?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
0.3? They really couldn't do it? 0.7 off, really? Come on, man.
The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions.
Surely, right? Yeah.
Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
I mean, smart, honestly. But why?
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Why does he want her to traverse the universe?
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an entelechy. Like me. So, are we the same? Entelecchies.
If I'm thin, it's because Emma Silk didn't do a proper job. I don't. Yeah, fuck it. I thought we were almost revealing something from before.
Ungrateful. Mayhap I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
Bitch.
A deficit of ether alone does not an entelechy make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it.
Everybody keeps telling me that. Uh-oh. Run for cover!
I'd forgotten about the poor fella. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
He's gonna get sneezed on. He hates me. What can I say? I killed him. I reckon he knows. He can feel it. Okay, so I think that's a decent place to call it before it gets too long. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying like this exploration of Elpis and the past, and I think it's very exciting, although ultimately going to be really depressing, as Endwalker seems to run with that theme. I'm just really interested in like where this is all leading. Again, we haven't seen much of Heidelin yet, so I'm really interested in her role in all of this and kind of at what stage are we even at here in terms of their final days. I'm also loving a lot of the Greek theme, although I don't get most of it. I get little tidbits here and there, the little references now and again, but I just really am vibing with it. I think it's cool. I think it's a total change on most stuff we've seen before up to now, and it's a whole new time, world, everything. So it's kind of bringing back that sense of exploration, discovery, things that we've only ever heard talked about before and never really explored in any great detail. So yeah, that's what I'm enjoying most about this so far, but I'm really excited to see where this is going and how it helps us save everybody back home, I guess. But yeah, a lot of new characters as well that have been really fun, and old ones, but kind of new in a sense. We're seeing them in new lights, which is very, very cool. But yeah, that's going to do us for this episode. Thank you guys for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here or whatever. Become a member if you want to help support my channel by hitting the join button just below this video. I'd really appreciate it, and I'm super thankful to all of the members so far. If you're becoming a member on stream or off stream or on Twitch or whatever, appreciate you guys a ton. Thank you guys. Head over to our Discord if you want to hang out and get involved with any of the raiding stuff that we get to do in the game. Yeah, hope to see some of you guys over there. Check out the links in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time for more exploration of Elpis. See you guys then. Take care. Peace.